Happy Sunday, everybody. It's time for my... Oh, I'm getting a little close to the camera there. Time for Sunday Strava stats. Woo! Woke up this morning and had a little bit less than 30 miles needed to get my weekly goal. As I've mentioned before in other videos, my weekly goal right now on Strava is set to 200 miles a week. And I was able to do that this week. Almost exactly. So I ended the week with 201.5 miles. Gained 3,464 feet of elevation this week. And it took me 18 hours and 15 minutes to do all that. I felt kind of weak on the pedals this entire week. Doctors got me on new blood pressure medication. We've completely gotten rid of one and replaced it with something different. And I feel fine. Blood pressure's been a little elevated start of the week, and it's been coming down with the new medication. So hopefully I'll feel stronger and get over whatever side effects this new medication's causing. I know it could all be in my head. But anyways, yeah. Didn't really feel that great in any of my rides this week. My legs felt kind of strong this morning, but aside from that, most of the rides this week, I just wasn't feeling it. But I was able to push through and got my 200 miles for the week. So I think I'm going to leave my mileage goal on Strava set at 200 for a couple more weeks. Then I'm going to put it up to 300. As long as I can consistently start hitting 200 every week, then I'll bump it up to 300, which seems like a good way to progress. So yeah, year to date, so far this year, I've ridden 4,436 miles. I've climbed 84,897 feet of elevation this year. And I have spent 430 hours and 34 minutes riding a bicycle so far in 2025. It feels like I'm easily going to reach 5,000 miles this year. I think I can do 6, but we'll see. So yeah. Oh, one thing I did want to mention in this video. Saw something so awesome this week. I wish I could have got a picture of it. I really need to figure out a way to pull some money in and get some more gear, cameras, stuff like that. I didn't have a good enough camera to catch what I saw, and I hope I can describe it good enough. So if you've ever cycled in the woods in the South, you've seen these large spiders that make a web right in the middle of the trail. The first time I witnessed them or experienced them was riding single-track trails in the woods of Mobile, Alabama, around Mobile, Alabama, years and years ago. And they're pretty common here in Florida, too. Although the paved trails, I don't ever see, even remote in the woods on a paved trail, I don't really see these spiders in the middle of the trail like I used to. So anyways, what I'm getting at is I was on the Withlacoochee Trail riding north of Hernando, and a section that's mostly woods. I mean, it's not too far off State Road 41, but it is isolated in the woods, nowhere near the actual road. And I just stopped and looked up in the trees. I don't even know what caught my attention in the trees, but I looked up, and these massive spiders had like a community of webs. I think I counted 12 of the spiders, and each spider had a very elaborate web in the gaps between the trees over the trail, like maybe 15, 20 feet in the air. And it just looked really cool. You could see each spider was in the middle of its own web, but some of the webs kind of were connected to each other. It was like I tried so hard to get a picture of it with my cell phone camera. Camera wouldn't focus on the fine details. It was too blurry. It would have been horrible pictures. I see so much really cool stuff when I'm riding. Hopefully one of these days I'll be able to buy a nice digital camera with a zoom lens, start taking some real quality pictures of wildlife and stuff like that. But anyways, That's about enough blabbing about my cycling for this week. Pretty rare occasion today. I'm a NASCAR fan, and over the last couple of years, NASCAR has been, to me, a pain in the butt to try to watch because some of the races are on one platform, then a couple will be on a different platform, and I'm not subscribing to 10 different streaming services just to watch the races. But what I'm getting at is today the race is actually on network television. I can watch it on my basic cable, which is pretty awesome. I hardly ever watch races anymore because, like I said, I just can't afford the multitude of streaming services that it requires to watch any live sports anymore in this country. But anyways, yeah, it's a nice day here in Florida. I got my miles in for the week. I'm going to sit here and hope that the Florida man, Ross Chastain, can pull out a win. Have a good day, everybody.